we will look at the cooling system. The engine is cooled by the forced circulated coolant by the water pump. The water pump is operated by the V-belt of the crankshaft pulley with centrifugal force. The unit seal mounted between the impeller and water pump prevents the coolant leaks. There is an outlet hole at the bottom of the water pump case, so the leaked water from the unit seal does not flow into the bearing. The thermostat for the D4A engine is controlled by wax. The wax controls the coolant flow with the change in its volume, changing itself from the solid state into the liquid state when it's heated up. Also, the location of the thermostat valve will be changed according to the change in temperature of the coolant, and it adjusts the coolant temperature, controlling the amount of the coolant flowing into the radiator and the water pump. The coupling of the cooling fan controls its fan speed according to the coolant temperature, and it will be possible for the bimetal to change the liquid amount of fluid coupler by detecting temperature of air flowing through the radiator. When checking the coupling of the automatic cooling fan, check the coupling first, and then check its rotation and cleanness carefully in turn. When checking the tension of the V-belt, check to see if looseness of the belt is within normal value of 12 to 16 millimeters. Adjust it if it's not normal. Abnormal looseness of the belt may cause overheating or a shortage of charging, while too much tension causes damage to the bearing or the belt. Make sure of its being replaced with a set of 2 if changing the V-belt. When bleeding the cooling system, be sure to keep the engine idle until the coolant temperature reaches up to 90 degrees centigrade after removing the pressure cap from the radiator, and then bleed air from the cooling system. During air bleeding, place the temperature control lever to the highest temperature position of the red zone to circulate coolant through the heater system. Keep refilling the reservoir tank and radiator with the coolant until an air bubble does not appear anymore while bleeding the cooling system. Be sure to use soft water as a coolant. When using hard water like underground water, it causes the radiator and all sorts of cooling systems to rust away. And also, the engine coolant leakage by rusting causes the engine to overheat while driving. Also, if the radiator is used for a ground point when mounting an electronic horn, a chemical reaction between an electronic wave generating from the electronic horn and an antifreeze may cause the radiator core to be melted. So never ground the radiator to the electronic horn. The performance of the cooling system has direct influence on the generating power of vehicles. Therefore, always closely inspect it.